Have you ever thought about how your past failures could be the secret to your future success? Yes, you heard it right. Those missteps, the times you stumbled and fell, they're not just blemishes on your record. They are, in fact, the hidden keys to unlocking your potential. You see, failure isn't the grim reaper of dreams that many of us perceive it to be. Rather, it's more like a tough but fair teacher providing us with invaluable lessons that we couldn't learn otherwise. It's the forge in which the iron will of success is tempered, making us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think of your past failures as the stepping stones leading you towards your goals. Each one, a lesson learned, a skill honed, a fear overcome. They are not roadblocks but checkpoints on your path to achievement. Imagine if every setback, every failure was actually setting you up for your greatest victory yet. Let's delve into some inspiring stories of individuals who turned their failures into success. Imagine a young man, filled with ambition, setting out to revolutionize the world of technology. His name, not yet etched in the annals of history, is synonymous with failure in his early years. He launches a tech company, only to see it crumble before his eyes, leaving him with nothing but a pile of debts and shattered dreams. Yet instead of surrendering to despair, he uses this failure as fuel, igniting a fire in his heart that drives him to start over. He learns from his mistakes, refines his ideas, and eventually creates a technology empire that changes the world. His name? Steve Jobs, the man behind Apple. Now let's shift our gaze to a young woman, an aspiring writer living on welfare, struggling to provide for her child. She pours her heart and soul into a manuscript, only to face rejection after rejection from publishers. Her dreams seem to be slipping away, her efforts fruitless. But she doesn't give up. She clings to her belief in her story, and finally, after numerous rejections, a publisher takes a chance on her. The world comes to know her as J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. These are not mere stories of success, but tales of resilience, of determination, of unwavering belief in oneself. They are narratives of individuals who dared to dream, who faced failure, and who rose from the ashes of their setbacks, stronger and more determined. They remind us that failure is not a dead end, but a detour, a stepping stone towards success. The journey of these individuals teaches us a profound lesson. Just as a phoenix rises from its ashes, we too can rise from our failures, if only we have the courage to keep going, to learn from our mistakes, and to never, ever give up. Their failures did not define them. Instead, these individuals used their setbacks as motivation to keep pushing forward. Now, let's break down what these stories teach us about failure. Failure, as we've seen from the narratives we've shared, isn't the end of the world. It's often a stepping stone to success, a signpost pointing to a different direction. It's a teacher, albeit a harsh one, that imparts invaluable lessons. Let's delve into this a bit more. Each of these individuals we've just talked about didn't just stumble, fall, and then miraculously rise again. They learned from their failures. They took a good, hard look at what went wrong, figured out what they could do differently, and then did it. That's the real magic behind their stories, not the failure itself, but what they did with it. One of the most critical lessons failure teaches us is resilience. It's easy to keep going when everything is smooth sailing, but when the going gets tough, that's when you're really tested. And that's when you learn just how strong you can be. Failure also teaches us humility. It reminds us that we're not invincible, that we don't have all the answers. And that's okay. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary, because that's how we grow. And finally, failure teaches us to be adaptable. It forces us to rethink, reassess, to try something new. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and compels us to innovate. These individuals didn't let their past mistakes hinder their future success. They took those failures, learned from them, and used them as stepping stones to greater heights. They didn't just survive their failures, they thrived because of them. So if you failed recently, don't despair. Don't see it as a sign that you're not good enough or that you should give up. See it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become a better version of yourself. Remember, failure isn't a dead end, it's a detour to a better path. So how can you let go of past failures and focus on creating a positive future? Well, the first step is to reframe your negative experiences. Instead of dwelling on the things that went wrong, consider what you've learned from those experiences. Every failure carries a lesson, and it's through these lessons that we grow. Like a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble, each setback, each disappointment reveals a little more of the masterpiece within us. Next, practice self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when things don't go as planned, but remember, everyone stumbles, everyone has moments of doubt. Instead of beating yourself up over past mistakes, offer yourself the same kindness and understanding you'd extend to a friend. Remember, you are human, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's through these errors that we learn and grow. Then, set clear, achievable goals for the future. It's easy to get caught up in grandiose dreams, but real progress is made one step at a time. Break down your aspirations into manageable pieces. What can you do today, this week, this month? Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Every step forward is a step in the right direction. Finally, keep in mind that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone on the path to success. Each time you stumble, you're given a chance to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined. Embrace these opportunities, for they're the moments that shape us, that teach us resilience, and that ultimately lead us to success. Remember that you are not defined by your past. You are not your mistakes. You are a work in progress, and every day is a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move closer to your goals. So, let go of past failures. Embrace the lessons they've taught you, and use them to fuel your journey forward. The path to success is not always smooth, but it's the bumps along the way that make the journey worthwhile. The future is a blank canvas, and you hold the brush, paint it with the colors of success. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started our journey by acknowledging the power of failure. It's a universal experience, something we all face at some point, but it's not the failure itself that defines us, rather, it's how we respond to it. We can either let it keep us down, or we can rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined than ever. Failure is not final, it's just a stepping stone. It's a sign that we tried, that we dared to step out of our comfort zone and attempt something new. It's the proof of our courage and our willingness to learn. We then moved on to discuss the concept of rising from the ashes. This is about not just getting back on your feet, but also about growing from the experience. It's about building resilience, developing grit, and strengthening your resolve. It's about finding the silver lining in the cloud of failure and using it to illuminate your path forward. We also discussed the lessons hidden within failure. Each failure comes with a valuable lesson, a nugget of wisdom that can only be earned through experience. These lessons help us refine our approach, improve our strategies, and ultimately, increase our chances of success in the future. The real failure is not in falling down, but in refusing to get up and try again. It's in failing to extract the lesson from the experience and using it to guide our future actions. Next, we embraced the future. We understood that our past does not define our future. It's what we do in the present, how we react to our failures, and how we use those experiences to shape our future, that truly matters. We learned that it's okay to let go of past failures. They are not anchors holding us back, but rather, they are the winds that propel us forward. They are the catalysts that trigger our growth and the drivers that push us toward success. And now, as we conclude, let's remember that the key to a successful future is not in avoiding failure, but in learning from it. It's in embracing our past, with all its ups and downs, and using it to shape a better future. Remember, the key to a successful future lies in your ability to learn from your past. So, embrace your failures, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Your future is waiting.